Let's see how we go with that music now. Chair of Sunraysia Citrus Growers, Kevin Koch, joins me live from out of the front of Parliament House. Kevin, you had meetings today with senior ministers Littleproud and Susan Ley. How did they go?
Well, we were a bit disappointed. We didn't get a real lot of change on their approach. What we did get is Susan's going to come out and look at environment issues that we brought up, but there isn't much water there that they said they would commit to, and Littleproud really was saying that it's up to the states. They're the ones that control it, and they couldn't override what they do. We did get him to push him about the weir down in Lock Zero, and that's the start of some sort of construction of work. So hopefully we get a bit of a response again when they go back and think about it.
I mean, what are the key demands in your 10-point plan, all the things that you want the government to do? One of those was to make 1,000 gigalitres of so-called environmental flows available to farmers in your area. Did you get that movement from the government?
No, they held fast on that. It is in the plan that amount of water is environmental water, and they weren't going to shift on that.
Now, how disappointed are you? Because I listened to Question Time in the Senate. There was some comments made that Bridget McKenzie, she's the Agricultural Minister upstairs, she needs to resign. People were calling on David Littleproud to resign. How angry are people?
Well, she talked about everything but the question, so I think she should resign. It's you've got to answer a question, and it was a simple yes or no. People are angry. There's no doubt about that. There was a huge crowd here today, and there's still a lot of people there. Even on a freezing cold night, they're going to stay. They're coming back tomorrow, have another go. So
it's interesting.
I think we just got to push on.
In media commentary from a number of people involved in this protest, Kevin, people were saying that they want to see major change, that they want the plan to go. It was a shot across the bow, particularly to National Party held seats, saying the National Party, as far as they were concerned, were over in the bush. How do you think this is going to play out politically for the government if change doesn't happen? I note the NFF does not support your rally.
I would be very worried if I was the National Party. I think the independents are going to rise up in this, and no doubt Pauline Hanson's got a big following. You would have seen the crowd chasing the tractor. Look, the NFF, they want us to tough the plan out, and are they going to take any cuts? I don't think so.
And we noticed that Sarah Hanson-Young from the Greens was down there. What sort of reception did she get?
I wasn't here when she was down here, but gee, I don't know where they come from, so I think you've got to leave it up to her.
Are you prepared to negotiate with the government in good faith if they bring you to the table to try and get a path through here?
I think that was one of the things that was agreed on at the end, but gee, how many times do you have to come back? I think we said it was about 36 planned studies and whatever, and there's still more coming. How many times do you have to come back and tell them that tipping the water into the Southern Ocean is not in the best interest of the nation? And the good thing about this rally, there was a lot of city folk that came over to our stand, and they were saying, look, we're behind you. We can see the farmers and the food deteriorating if we don't do something. So I think the city folk have got more power than they really know if they get up and tell government, listen, declare a state of emergency, herd the states into some common sense, and let's get a plan that works.
I have to say that was my feedback after Alan Jones and I were in Dubbo for two days. There was obviously a lot of support from the Dubbo community, but a lot of calls into the network, a lot of responses on social media were from people in urban Australia, horrified, I think, at how tough things were for farmers. Where to now for your campaign on Can the Plan?
Well, look, I think we've got to muster up some of the people that have had a lot of experience in the past. We used to have a very good plan that grew fodder all the way up the Darling and all the way along the Murrumbidgee. Now we're going back to saying we've got to do that, but they're not doing it. They're just not getting there with that sort of strategy at this stage. You've got to have water flowing down those rivers that can do that. And a lot of those farms that grew fodder had a huge environmental benefit. They had bird life, they had whatever. There's nothing up there now.